So I'm in Abu Dhabi at the F1. I brought my son Trey. We've been hanging, and I take my kids separately on stuff just so they have their individual daddy time. So we've been doing this, and me and him, we hanging at the F1, and he just hit me with he said, "You know what, Dad?" He said, "I just realized you're not just my dad." And he paused, and he said, "I'm pretty sure you're my best friend." And I was like, yeah, man. Probably. Probably.
I know you guys are probably surprised to hear that. And what was transpiring at that time. You know, a lot of things were going on that were emotional. A lot of things that were going on that were what they would say out of the norm. Just was different. So when you start hearing about it or seeing it, you're just like caught off guard. Now, what Will was stating here was an entirely emotional moment because a lot of people didn't know or didn't see the struggles he was having behind the scenes because all you saw was Will and Jada, and he didn't have the type of crazy baby mama drama that everybody else did, where a woman wanted to go on TV and get all ratchet and do all these things. If they had problems, it was behind the scenes. And most of the problem was the disconnect. And this is what I always try to get people to understand about celebrities. Celebrities are human. They just have to live in an imperfect world because of what they do for a living. They have to live in a certain bubble. They would love to be walking down the street and go, "Hey, how you doing?" If everybody would just come up but a crowd of people, because of how celebrity status is because they see them on their television screen, they have to feel like I got to be around them, and they can't control themselves. It's like if Michael Jackson walk in there, the whole aura changes. You could like feel the vibration just for someone walking into a room. People energy change and they act like little kids. Now, the thing is, the things that you go through, if you got kids and you were married and had a divorce and you start another family, those things don't change with fame. And it's been a difficult task for Will, whose son was 3, who didn't understand why his father wasn't there anymore. Sometimes when people want something, they think about themselves and they kind of don't, they just think, well, the kid will be taken care of. They're not thinking about the emotional strain that's in place there. Cherie was incredible doing this separation because Will and her both had an understanding that the marriage wasn't working out. They both were too young, didn't know what they were doing, being married, and they weren't each other's life partners. They realized that, and the only person who didn't realize that was the son that they named Trey. So Will's son, who was 3 at the time, didn't understand why their relationship that they struggled with for all these years, why they really didn't get along. Trey's 26. In the 90s, he resented his father. His father felt he wanted. He's a kid. What do he know? He's like 4 or 5 years old. So when the 2000s hit, and when he's going through his years, it took time because the mom has got to be the mom and the dad, and she's trying to explain to the son, daddy still loves you. It wasn't you as the reason he left. But the kid just knows daddy's not around no more. And now daddy's got a new family, daddy's got new kids. And then you see his son, his smallest son, Jayden, in movies. And when he did Just the Two of Us, he put him and Trey in there in that music video he did. But, kids know and what they see. So growing up, it took some time to get there, but there was a lot of resentment after watching Jayden turn into this movie star, and it was like almost like Trey was forgotten, the forgotten son. And it wasn't every time they did something, they tried to involve him, but he had a little resentment towards the other two. They're not as close as they should be. And it's difficult sometimes because you don't grow up around each other. So you have different lives. The love is there always. Like, hey, they're part of me is in you. So but still, it's you guys had different lives, so you're not really attached to seeing each other all the time to where you guys stay in contact constantly. So it's just always a struggle. It's always a challenge. But I thought it was really brave of Will to do that, because he's arrived at a place that he always wanted to arrive to with his son, emotionally, that's why he's like, probably, I'm your best friend, you know. He wanted to always have this moment with his son. It was always very important to have that acceptance because nobody's life is perfect. Nobody do everything perfectly. For him to have to go down that road is just really difficult because the kid has got to grow up with all the questions. He questioning himself. He's doubting himself. There's a lot of anxiety that's probably been put on him because of all of this. It's easy for you to move on because you were already adult. He had to grow up his whole life through this. And to see on the main screen, his father is not somebody that the people don't know. The people see his father on television. The people see his father on all these different things. So now, what are you going to do? Tell everybody Will Smith is your dad when he's not really claiming you? When he's claiming you, but they're gonna be like, well, look, there's Will, Jada, and all the other kids. Why are you here? And they're there, and that's your dad. It's a difficult situation, very difficult. And this is what a lot of couples have to go through. Nowadays, you have people having kids just to get money out of people, and that's the dangerous group that we're gonna see in the next 10 years to come. Those babies. Because those kids are gonna be the new ones that's out here, these rich celebrity babies that's all no parents, parents split up, had babies just to get some money out of the guy. Those kids are gonna grow up so screwed up and they're gonna be running around here in charge of things. So what do you think their narratives and their mindset is gonna be? I'm telling you, everything is up in the air right now. Seriously, it's really screwed up. And when people get their faculties right, their mindset on where it needs to be, then they can go back to doing things the way it needs to be done. Other than that, then I don't know what people are doing anymore. that's where we are right now, right? So, with that being said, it's your boy Carcino saying, God bless. Don't forget to click that button and donate to the page if you want to. And that's the Carcino for Life. Oh, that's what that's from. Huh? The Carcino for Life podcast. You could do that. I'm on all streaming networks. You can go to the Carcino for Life. Well, we got the Patreon. You can do that. Become a member and see some incredible things that you've never seen before in life. Or you can go into the Streamlab, go in the description box, click the links in there. You can donate to the page. A lot of great things you could do. But most of all, be safe, stay safe. Many blessings to you and your family. I'm out.